Iron Mike was recently delivered to the Airborne Special Operations Museum. Iron Mike has long represented the nation's airborne soldiers and now has been given a prominent place for visitors to enjoy. We met with Paul Galloway, Executive Director of the museum, to tell us more.
The landscape architecture is changing with the new State Veterans Park across the street. Part of our change was our entrance became a walkway, and we're calling it a flag court right now. We're probably going to come up with a real cool name for that. We haven't come up with that yet. But we have had our circle in the middle of our parking area right out front the doors, and for the last 9 years out of the 10 years of our existence, we have used that during National Airborne Day for the Golden Knights to jump into the circle. But it's a perfect place to house a statue, and what better statue than the original Iron Mike that represents all the paratroopers of the United States Army. It was modeled by Sergeant Major James Runyon. He was an 82nd paratrooper with a Thompson machine gun, which a lot of NCOs carried in World War II, and he's leaning forward over rocks with a very determined look on his face. And he just symbolizes the epitome of a paratrooper, you know, a soldier that's going to do the impossible with nothing. Coming in, whatever he's going into war with, he's carried on his back, and he's going to take it to the enemy, and he's going to win, and he's going to defend this country. And it's just, you know, he's just an iconic figure for paratroopers. The original Iron Mike was first dedicated in 1961 at the corner of Knox and Bragg Boulevard, the entrance of Bragg Boulevard gateway to Fort Bragg. Then later he was moved for security purposes. He was moved into post on Randolph and Macomb, where a new Iron Mike is there. They had commissioned an Iron Mike statue that's made fully of bronze in the 2000 era, and in 2005 he was placed in Knox and Randolph. We're getting the original Iron Mike with the backdrop of our museum. Our legend continues, and he's part of it. And what better place to house him than out front? The rock bases, we were looking at it, the structural engineer was taking a look at the original Iron Mike pictures, and his left foot is above his right foot, and it was on some pebbles, small stones, and the structural engineer happened to be a rock climber, and he said, you know, that I wouldn't put my feet on those. We need to use solid rock. And we talked about getting rock from western North Carolina, from the landslides, because it was available. And General Dan McNeil, who sits on our board, on the foundation board, said, you know, it would be really cool to get rock from Toccoa, Georgia. And that's what we did with the city, you know, thanks to the city of Fayetteville to make this happen. They got rock from Toccoa, Georgia, and Toccoa, Georgia is the home of Camp Currahee, which Camp Currahee in World War II was a training base for numerous airborne soldiers, the 11th, the 17th, the famous 506. And so to tie that in, because some people assume that Iron Mike represents an 82nd paratrooper, and although 82nd is the division, the airborne division in the Army right now, Iron Mike was meant to represent all paratroopers. So the tie-in with the rocks from Toccoa with the iconic Iron Mike, it's just a wonderful thing, and it's great. It's an honor to be a part of it. He's a polyester film over a wire structure. He does have steel beams inside him. He's not bronze. He's been treated with a statue material over the polyester, and he's painted, sealed, and I believe it's Anuba waxed every year. And that's how we keep him up. We did refurbish him in 2004, 2005. He's been in a crate on Fort Bragg, stored as an Army artifact. He belongs to the United States Army. And the nice part is the foundation in partnership with the Army is why he can be here. And we're working on the excavation, then they're gonna put the rock base in. Then what they'll do is they'll uncrate Iron Mike and do some welding work on the bottom of him to mount him into the rock, and he will be mounted securely into the rock. Then the landscape will come around. The dedication for Iron Mike is going to be on 14 August. It's going to be in conjunction with National Airborne Day. We bring all the soldiers down here from Fort Bragg. They set up static displays. They jump here, and they get to show off what they do, and it's a great time for Fayetteville, the most patriotic city in the country, to come out and honor those soldiers, and Airborne Day is a great day, and what better time to dedicate Iron Mike. The museum is a great place to come. We talk about facts of what the airborne and special operations soldiers have done, do, and will do in the future. And one of the hidden treasures of this place is the volunteers. And you come down here and talk to people that have been there, done that. They're willing to share a story, they're willing to hear a story. It's a great healing place, and we have a lot of new things. If you haven't been here in a couple years, we've got the Afghanistan-Iraq exhibit. We got a new exhibit sponsored by Booz Allen Hamilton for the 18th Airborne Corps. The temporary exhibit right now is 1st Special Service Force, and coming in the fall will be a temporary exhibit on parachute riggers in the Army. So it's going to be a great thing. Come down and see us, watch our movie, ride our simulator, and see the Iron Mike here in August.